Stephanie Peterson was once a trusted science teacher in Florida, but in early 2018, her name made national headlines, not for her classroom success, but for a shocking betrayal of trust. This is the story of how a middle school teacher crossed the line with a student and how the justice system responded. Peterson was 26 years old and taught at Smyrna Beach Middle School. According to investigators, her relationship with a 14-year-old student began in November 2017. The teenager told deputies she would pick him up late at night, sometimes around 11 p.m., and drive him to secluded areas. He said she sent him nude photos and even provided him with marijuana and smoking paraphernalia. Over time, his grades dropped and his parents noticed changes in his behavior. When they confronted him, he finally revealed the truth that he had been seeing his teacher. In February 2018, Peterson was arrested by the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. She faced serious felony charges, lewd or lascivious battery, and transmission of harmful material to a minor. The investigation revealed the relationship had lasted for months and that Peterson had used her position of authority to manipulate the student. The case immediately drew attention nationwide, another headline in the growing number of educators accused of misconduct with minors. After months of legal proceedings, Peterson entered a guilty plea in October 2018. She admitted to 1 count of lewd or lascivious battery and 1 count of transmitting harmful material to a minor. In doing so, she avoided a lengthy trial but accepted responsibility for her actions. As part of her plea deal, she was required to register as a sex offender and faced a possible prison term. In December 2018, the court handed down its decision. The judge sentenced Stephanie Peterson to 3 years in prison, followed by 2 years of house arrest and 5 years of probation. The sentence reflected both the seriousness of the offense and her decision to plead guilty. Stephanie Peterson's case became a painful reminder of how deeply an educator's misconduct can affect young lives. From trusted teacher to convicted felon, her story shows how a single chain of decisions can destroy trust, careers, and futures.
Peterson, 18606. All right, and what do we want to do with the case?
Yeah, I'm going to have to negotiation for very good.
All right, then is there a plea form? Is there a score sheet?
Should be attached to it.
If you'll raise your right hand and be sworn, please. Can I get your full name?
Stephanie Peterson,
How old are you?
27,
And the highest grade of school that you finished?
bachelor's degree.
All right, to count 1, which is lewd lascivious battery with a sexual act where the victim is she's pleading as charged, correct?
Count 1.
Yeah, with a victim 12 years of age or older but less than 16 years of age. Count 1 is a second-degree felony with a maximum penalty of 15 years in state prison and or a $10,000 fine. To that charge, how would you like to plead? I'm sorry, I only accept guilty pleas on sex cases. I apologize. I should have told you that up front. I don't accept a no contest plea. And there's a reason why. A component of any sentence is treatment. And the component of treatment is admitting you did what you did. If they plead no contest here, they go to treatment and they don't want to admit anything, and then we end up with a mess. So you want to talk to her about that before you go forward? Okay. To that charge, how do you want to plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And then to count 3 of the information, which is transmission of material which is harmful to minors by electronic device. That is a third-degree felony with a maximum penalty of 5 years in state prison and or a $1,000 fine. How do you want to plead? Guilty, not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you entering the pleas of guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Did anybody threaten you, force you, or coerce you into entering the plea?
No.
Did anybody promise you anything in exchange for your plea?
No.
Are you now under the influence of any alcoholic beverages or controlled substances?
No.
Are you under the care of a psychiatrist, psychologist, or taking any psychotropic medication at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, have you taken your medications as prescribed?
Yes.
Do you have a clear understanding of what's happening here?
Yes.
In your own words, why don't you tell me what you think you're doing here?
Just, okay. Pleading guilty for the 2 counts.
to the charge.
Yeah,
You understand that there will not be a trial of any kind,
yes,
and that the only thing that remains will be a sentencing proceeding. You understand that? According to the score sheet that has been handed to me by your lawyer, the minimal sentence that the court could consider is 120 months, 119 months in state prison. That's just almost 1 month shy of 10 years, but with a downward departure.
Your Honor, that's not the score sheet that was prepared.
That's the one you just handed me.
Most admissible sentence, I believe, is 15 some odd months.
I'm sorry about that. I'm reading the points. 119 points. The months is 68 months. So basically 8 months over 5 years. That's the lowest permissible sentence if the court finds no reason to downward depart. You understand that?
yes,
Okay. By entering the plea, you give up some very important rights. Those rights are outlined on the plea form. You get a chance to go over the form before you signed it.
yes,
Did you sign the form?
yes,
Do you have any questions about the rights you're giving up, or can I clarify them or explain them to you?
no,
If you're not a U.S. citizen, you could be subject to deportation. Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles could suspend your driving privileges based upon the plea. Likewise, because of the nature of the offense, you could be considered a sex offender, which has some requirements after your sentence is finished as far as registration. And in addition to that, you need to understand that there's a possibility that the state could take you from whatever you are and involuntarily place you in a treatment facility for an undetermined period of time. A lot of people know that as a Jimmy Rice Act. Knowing all of those things, you still wish to go forward.
yes,
Okay. Is there a factual basis for the plea?
So it's just,
Okay. State, you satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll accept the plea, finding that it's freely and voluntarily made, that there's a factual basis for the plea. I'm going to go ahead and order a pre-sentence investigation. You'll have to step over here, and then they'll give you directions how to go to the Department of Corrections and check in, so they can do the pre-sentence investigation.
Covering Volusia County, a former teacher convicted of having sex with a middle school student will be spending the next 3 years behind bars. This is the new mugshot for Stephanie Peterson after a judge sentenced her today. News 6's Lauren Korn was there when she took the stand and apologized for her action.
It was definitely an emotional day for everyone involved. The judge told Stephanie Peterson that once she's released from prison, she'll have to spend 5 years on house arrest and register as a sex offender.
We don't blame people for the mistakes they make. We just expect them to pay for them.
27-year-old Stephanie Peterson is headed to prison after admitting she had a sexual relationship with her 14-year-old student while teaching at New Smyrna Beach Middle School.
My Stephanie that I know is a caring individual. She will do anything for anybody.
Peterson's family and friends filled the courtroom to show support and speak highly of the woman who doctors say suffers from depression and bipolar disorder. Her attorney says it's the reason for her indiscretion because during that time she was in a manic episode and not medicated properly.
Stephanie Peterson took advantage of a 13-year-old child.
But the victim's mother says Peterson was well aware of her actions, grooming her son a year before the late-night sexual encounter started that also involved drugs.
As a mother, watching your child go through such pain and loneliness and shamefulness is undescribable. He will struggle with this pain the rest of his life.
The former teacher finally took the stand apologizing for the pain she's caused and says she realizes she wasn't the same person.
Every day of my life, I wake up and ask myself, what have you done? Every day I pray I will be forgiven. Every day I fight with the remorse and shame I feel inside. Every day I wish I could scream, I'm sorry.
Peterson faced up to 10 years in prison, but her attorney asked for community service or house arrest based on her mental illness. The judge ruled for Peterson to spend some time behind bars.
And you have to pay for this mistake. It is only right that you be sentenced for the offense.
In DeLane, Lauren Korn, News 6.
And you can read more about the emotional day in court right now on our website, clickorlando.com. You'll find this story right on the homepage.